So right now, this will be the step on how to create a project in R. So step 1 should be create a project in R. Has anyone seen the videos? How do you give a comment in RStudio? If I want to give a comment, how do you give a comment? You do hashtag. Make a note. For a comment, you have to do hashtag. And always start your coding with your name, then today's date, and then your email address. So if anybody has any questions on how you did the coding, they should know whom to contact. So always start your code like that. In the second line, write down the topic of your code. So today's topic will be graphs. Can you guys see it on the screen? No?
I can join on my laptop.
That's okay, I can zoom in.
Okay, no. Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, better?
Yes.
Okay, write down today's topics will be graph with something called as ggplot. This is a package in R which is used for graphing. So write down the package is called ggplot. So the good news is that ggplot lives under tidyverse. If you have seen the video from last week, the package to use is called tidyverse. So the next step should be to install the package. Okay, so who remembers how do you install a package in R? What is the command? It is okay, so write down the package. The command is called install dot packages. If you click, it should come there. And in double quotes, you write down the name of the package. Step 1 is install the package. The package is called tidy. No, hold on. Before you install the package, the task was to create a project. You forgot to create the project. So go to File on the top. This is creating the project. Go to File on the top and do New Project. And a new window like this opens up. Click on New Directory. Go to File, New Project, New Directory, then click on New Project. Okay, then click on Browse and go to our class folder. So click on Browse and go wherever class folder is. This is 5105. Go to our class. And click on Open. So go to our class folder and browse, and on the top, call it week 12. So you know this is the project made in week 12.
But you mean that we just create our own folder, or is there a folder that we actually need?
No, you must have made a folder, right, that we normally put our stuff in?
Yeah, I have my own one on
Yeah.
OneDrive, so it's just that one. It's not
Yeah,
the
just
one
that
that's.
one, no, yeah. And click on create project. Once you write down week 12 here, click on create the project. And when that you do that, a new project will open up. Once a new project is made, if you go to that folder that you made, you'll be able to see that folder there, week 12. And then go to your downloads, copy the data file that you had downloaded, and bring it to this folder here. Does that make sense?
You can connect it to OneDrive, right?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm connected to OneDrive.
I just have to figure that out. Okay, that's, I'll figure
We'll
it out.
check when we practice. So now if you look on the right bottom, you should be able to see your data file in the right bottom. All right, then go to file on the top. Go to new file. Once you get the data file in, go to file on the top, new file, and R script. So bring in R script. So now the script is open. Now you can do the work here. And just save this file to Control S and call this one week 12 in class or week 12 practice. And then you should be able to see that file as well on the right here, week 12 practice.r. And then start your coding. So then do the name, etc. The topic, which is graphs, the ggplot. And then install the packages. So you say install packages. And in double quotes, you say IDVerse. And you go to the source on the top here. I just click Control Enter on the keyboard to run it. So with the Control on the keyboard, look on the bottom here, it will start to install the package. So this is installing the package. So wait 2 minutes, it will install everything you need for programming. Just wait 2 minutes, it will install the whole thing in 2 minutes. And once it says where the package is, it's done. Okay, right now, once you install the package, the next step is to call the package to be used. This is just installed. Now you need to call the package. So to call the package, the command is, anyone? Library, very good, write down. So to call the package, the command is library. In double quotes, you put tidyverse. And run this again, Control Enter. And it's ready to use now.
Getting two errors or two conflicts.
That's fine, conflict is fine, yeah.
I had the same there, yeah, okay.
Okay, now we are ready to code. So this is a new bit. Write down how to code with ggplot. All right, so step one is the file that you have loaded, you need to bring it into RStudio. Right now, the next step is to read the file. And you save it in a data frame. So you call it df. So whatever you have loaded, to bring it in, you save it in a data frame. And you say df like this. This is the assignment operator. And the file to use, the command to use is read.csv. Because it's a CSV file that we will use. For example, you say read.csv. And in double quotes, you write down the exact name of the file. So you say sample data 11.csv. Is that making any sense? What's going on? We installed the packages, we called the packages, and now we're calling the data file. Yeah.
This will only load if data file is in the same folder, right?
That's right. That's why we brought it in the same folder. If it's in a different folder, you have to give the path. That's why we created the project, because everything is in one place. All right, now to Control Enter and see what happens. The right side, you should be able to see your data frame. If you click on it, look at that. This is the data that you have brought in. Is that making sense? Any questions? All right, take notes, okay? All right, the next thing we do is we start plotting. Let's do ggplot. All right, this is how you start. You say ggplot and open a bracket. The first thing you do is you say data equals. What data frame we are using here? What is it called? Now, what is the data frame that we have made is called? DF. So now it's called DF. So you say data should be DF. And put a comma. Then say mapping equals. Yeah.
That's been a second line or maybe that was.
No, the general form of coding is you write one thing and go to the second line. It doesn't have to be, but We'll see later on what it has to be for sure. Or you say mapping equals AES and open another bracket. Write down in AES you say what do you want on the x-axis and what do you want on the y-axis. Then you say x equals so let's do the age of the right, that was the right age underscore CEO, let that be on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, let that be the revenue. And try to do control enter at this point and see what happens. Here, you see on the right side, the graph is getting ready. Does that make sense? The right side, the graph is getting ready. Any questions so far? Okay, now write down the next step should be to add the points on the graph. So next step is adding points on the graph. Okay, so for that what you do is you do plus and enter. I'll give a space and do plus. Sometimes it doesn't like it. And write down to get the points, the function is called geom underscore point. So write down to get the points, the function is called geom underscore point. And open a bracket. Okay, now if I run this, see what happens. All the points are now plotted on the graph. So this bit here will give you the points. Now if you want to change the size of the points, what you do is, inside this, you say size equals, and say give a number. If I run this, look at the points, it's increased. If you want to give a different color, what you do is comma, and say color equals, in double quotes, you give a color. What color should I give? Blue. Look at that, the points become blue. Make sense? Okay, this was getting the points. Now write down how to connect the points with a line. Next step is connecting the points with a line. And this will be called making the line chart, basically. We are making the line chart. Okay, put another plus and enter. And any guesses what should be the function called? For the point, it is called geom_point. So for the line, it should be called, right here, geom_line. Just save it so it understands. And now if I run this, control enter, so that is connected by the lines. Again, if you want to give a different color to the lines, what you do is go in here and say color equals, let's do red. And with that, the line becomes red. So once you get used to it, it's pretty simple. The idea is the same. Okay, but right now, this is a basic form to do this graphing. We'll see a little bit advanced way to do it now. So on your exams, do not use the basic way. Use the advanced way, which we do now, yeah? Don't use the basic way. You can do it, but it's better to do the advanced way. All right, so now write down ggplot, but a bit advanced. Not that advanced, but just a bit advanced. All right, for the advanced way, you start with df. And you use the pipe operator. If you've seen the video, how do you use the pipe operator? If you don't know, write down, you do Control, Shift, and M on the keyboard. Control, Shift, and M, and this is called the pipe operator. Control, Shift, M, and the pipe operator. Now make a note, after the pipe operator, you have to go to the next line. Otherwise, it'll give you an error. Make a note, after the pipe operator, you must go to the next line. And at this point, you directly start with ggplot. Here we started with data equals. You don't need to do that here. What was the next thing after data? Mapping, right? You don't need to do mapping either. Directly start with AES. And open a bracket. What was after AES? So it says X equals. You don't need to say X equals now. You can directly say age underscore. This reduces your coding. Put a comma, enter. Let's do followers. Yeah. And now if I run this, it should create the canvas for me so far. Okay, then let's do the basics. Do the same thing. Geom underscore point. And plus geom underscore line. And this will create your graph. You can do the size and everything as usual. Forty minutes already. Quick. I'll just write down a new thing. In AES, if you put another comma, and in here, if you say color equals, now we don't give a color here, you give another variable here from your data frame. So for example, if I give, say, country, right, does it make sense? We're not giving a color is equal to a color, we're saying color equals to country. If I run this, what do you think will happen? So if I run this, see what happens? It will do individual graphs for each country. Now it's too messy, so what you can do is you can filter things out. So now who remembers how to filter from last week? Did you see the video? All right, so after the pipe operator, you press enter and you say filter. And you say country equals equals. Now say you want to just see it for, give me a country. What country do you want to see it for? Germany. So in double quotes, you say Germany. Now if I run this, what happens? Okay, there's an error somewhere. What do you think is the error here? Anybody can pick up the error?
Double quotes.
Double quotes is there.
Plus.
Yeah, very good. There should be a plus here. Or make a note, if you're doing filter, it should not be a plus, it should be the pipe operator. The plus should only be with ggplot. In here, you need to have the pipe operator. So make a note, the plus is only with ggplot. Every other time, it needs to be the pipe operator. So now if I run this, see the graph only for okay, what if you want to see it for Germany and another country? Then what do you do? Any ideas? I want to see it, say, for Germany and say India. What do we do? In here, you need to say or. Right now, the or is next to the shift. This button here is the or operator. It's next to Z on your keyboard. The country can also be India. Is that making sense? Now if I run this, hopefully I can see, look at that, two graphs.
I'm scrolling up just a little bit. I'm getting an error. No.
It's two double equals here. For filter, you have to do two double.
The country that's left is Sweden.
What?
Yeah, got it.
Let's do one more graph, and that'll be it. Let's do one more graph. This was the line chart. Let's do bar chart. The next one will be the bar chart. You should be able to do this now on your own. So let's do it. Tell me, how should I start this? With the same steps. How do I start? DF, very good. Then Control Shift M, very good. Plot, very good. Yeah, AES. Now right down to the bar chart, you only give the X value, you don't give the Y value. Because the bar chart takes in the frequency of the X value. So what should we do it for? Should we do it for gender? So you say gender underscore CEO. Okay, what should be the function for the bar chart? Any guesses? The point was GM underscore point, line was for line, so the bar should be GM underscore bar over bracket. It's pretty simple once you get it, right? Not difficult. Just do Control Enter and see what happens. You get your bar chart. Now let's change the color of the bars. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you want to move this image out of here, what you do is you click on the export button here. So right down to move the image out of RStudio. Click on export. Do save as image. And then save it as whatever it is. And save. Now if you go to the folder, you should have your bar chart. Yeah, you should have a app, something, yeah. Let's give different color. How do I give a different color to the bars here? Any guess? Any guesses? What should I use? Color, let's do color equals red. If I do Control Enter, what happens? Let's make a note for the bar chart. The color only gives the boundary of the columns of the bars. So for the bar chart, the function is called fill. You say fill equals. In double quotes, give a color, which one? Yellow. Then if I run this, see what happens? Yellow. Okay, one more thing I forgot to say was you do plus and you say labs. Bracket. In here you can give the title of the graph. So you say labs, open a bracket, and you say title equals bar chart. If I run this, because on the top you are seeing bar chart.
Does this work for line as well?
Yeah, it works for all of them. It works for all of them. Labs. Okay, let's do one more thing and then we can stop. What if in here I say fill equals? So now go back to aesthetics or AES. And you don't say color equals in this case, you say fill equals. And let's do country. And control enter. What do you think will happen? Happening. Giving an error there. Let's try color. No, I don't think color is right. It has to be fill. Any guesses what's the error here? Any guesses what's the error? So now this is where you will be tested when you go to work. How will you fix this error? What do you think is the error here?
Double quotes.
Say it again. No, no double quotes. Only if you're giving a color double quotes. If you're giving a variable, no. Any ideas? How do you fix this error? So the coding works step by step. So here you're giving country, but then you're saying change country to. So this guy needs to go for this to work. So now if I run this, look what happens. Your bar chart gets divided by the country. Okay, just make a note. If you want to do a scatter plot, the function will be called geom_smooth. If the question is make a scatter plot, which you can practice, same way, But instead of geom underscore bar, you say geom underscore smooth. After the points, first you do geom underscore point and then you say geom underscore smooth. Yeah, for a scatter plot. What do I mean by that? You say geom underscore smooth like that. But you can see if you can do this on your own, yeah? Try to do scatter plot on your own.
Difference what is geom underscore smooth and
Point. So you need geom underscore point first, and you need geom underscore smooth. You need these two for scatter plot. Let me stop recording.